Let's get straight to it. There is no secret tunnel under Gene Hackman's house. There's no underground warehouse full of unexplainable machine parts. There are no walls covered in untranslatable ancient runes. There's no network of catacombs connecting his property to some larger hidden system. None of it happened. None of it has ever been confirmed by the FBI, by local law enforcement, or by any credible news organization, and the entire story traces back to a single entertainment YouTube channel that openly admits, in its own channel description, that its content may not always be correct, up to date, or complete. That's not a small disclaimer buried in fine print somewhere. That's the channel telling you directly, in its own words, not to take what it publishes as fact. And yet this story has spread across YouTube, TikTok, and X, racking up hundreds of thousands to millions of views, spawning dozens of copycat videos with increasingly dramatic titles, because it's built around two things that reliably go viral together: a beloved, recently deceased celebrity, and the irresistible pull of a hidden, secret discovery. So let's actually walk through what's real here, what's fabricated, and why this particular story took off the way it did. Because understanding that gap is genuinely useful, both for this specific case and for spotting the next one of these that comes along. Here's what actually happened, according to real, verified reporting from credible outlets at the time. Gene Hackman, the two-time Academy Award-winning actor known for roles in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven, was found dead inside his home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, in late February 2025. Alongside his wife, Betsy Arakawa, the discovery was made by maintenance workers who had come to the property and noticed something was wrong. Their deaths immediately drew significant public attention, both because of Hackman's stature as a beloved Hollywood icon and because of the unusual circumstances. Investigators determined that Arakawa had likely died several days before Hackman did, and given Hackman's advanced age and declining health at the time, authorities indicated it was quite possible he was not even aware his wife had died, living on in the home for days without realizing what had happened. That detail alone is genuinely heartbreaking, and it didn't need any embellishment to be a significant, sad news story. Law enforcement held a formal news conference addressing the case, which is fully available to watch and has been reviewed extensively by fact-checkers. At no point during that news conference was any mention made of a secret tunnel, a hidden passageway, or any kind of subterranean structure on the property. Subsequent investigation, including toxicology and forensic work, eventually determined the actual causes of death. Hackman died of natural causes, related to his existing heart condition and complications from Alzheimer's disease, and Arakawa died of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a serious but well-documented illness caused by exposure to rodent droppings, something New Mexico in particular sees. Periodic cases of due to local rodent populations carrying the virus. These findings were reported by major outlets including CNN and CBS News based on official statements from investigators and the county sheriff's office. That's the real story. A tragic, accidental sequence of events involving a serious illness and an elderly man's declining health, not a conspiracy. So where did the tunnel claim actually come from? It traces back to a YouTube channel called The Ultimate Discovery, which describes its own content, in its own words, as being for entertainment only. The video that kicked off this entire rumor told a dramatic, scripted story claiming that when the FBI searched Hackman's property, they discovered a hidden passageway concealed behind a library wall, leading to what the video described as a vast, eerie underground warehouse containing old documents, antiques, photographs, and unidentifiable machine parts, with walls covered in runes and symbols described as being of ancient origin that supposedly couldn't be translated. The video further claimed this underground space connected to a larger network of tunnels, explicitly compared in the narration to the catacombs of Paris. Some versions of this story, and the wave of copycat videos that followed it, escalated even further, claiming bodies were found in the tunnel, with one widely circulated version putting the number at exactly 701. None of that is supported by any evidence whatsoever. The FBI did not issue any statement confirming a tunnel. Local New Mexico authorities did not mention one, no credible news outlet Not a single one picked up or independently verified any part of this story, which is itself extremely telling, because a discovery of that scale and strangeness tied to a beloved Hollywood star would have been an enormous story that every major outlet in the country would have covered extensively if there were any truth to it. At all. Fact-checking organizations include Snopes investigated the claim directly and found no evidence to support it, explicitly noting that it appears to have originated entirely from that single entertainment channel's video and then spread outward from there as other channels and social media accounts copied, repeated, and embellished it further. It's worth understanding the broader pattern this fits into, because the Gene Hackman tunnel story isn't really a one-off anomaly. It's a fairly textbook example of a recurring content genre that's flourished specifically on platforms like YouTube and TikTok in recent years. Take a reel. Recently deceased public figure, attach a dramatic and mysterious secondary narrative to their death, package it using the visual language of investigative journalism, complete with serious narration, dramatic music, and either stock footage or AI-generated B-roll, and let the algorithm do the rest. The format borrows the credibility. Cues of real reporting, serious tone, specific dates, references to the FBI, investigators, and federal technicians without actually being reporting at all. It's closer to a short horror or mystery story, dressed up to look like a news investigation, and posted on a platform where most viewers aren't going to fact-check a video before sharing it with friends or commenting their own theories underneath. It